few weeks ago we did a video about how much money we've earned on YouTube, just because that was something that I was always quite interested in. And I asked if people would like to see a longer video about our YouTube journey and how we monetized in 6 months. Just wanted to sort of talk through some of the logistics of why I started the channel and sort of how it's grown, basically. I have watched YouTube and I have watched studio vlogs and creative videos for years and years and years and years. So I've watched all of the people that you probably have heard of. So I think I probably started out watching Catnip, and then I started watching Emily Harvey, and then obviously Rebel Jones, and of course Fran Menzies. So she was one of the first people that I started watching alongside Catnip. I loved her channel, loved watching her drawing and creating art. So I've got a whole long list of people that I love to watch on YouTube. I'll happily sort of like leave a list below in case you haven't stumbled across them. I really love watching that kind of content, and I thought it'd be so cool to do like my own YouTube. I personally love taking photographs. I love recording memories, collecting memories. That kind of stuff is really important to me, and a YouTube video or channel is a great way to like chart something or sort of like follow a journey of something to be able for you to be able to look back on. I just thought, oh, this would be such a cool thing to do. And years ago, I'd say probably 6 years ago, we had a go at doing studio vlogs. And at the time, I probably hadn't consumed as much YouTube content, wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with it. And I don't know, just maybe I just wasn't hitting the right mark. We had employees at that time. We were still in our industrial unit. At that time, we were a team of, let me think, there was me, David, Barbara, David's mum, and Sinead and Phoebe. So there were 5 of us working all together. And Sinead was the social media person and sort of like content creation person. So I would film everything and then she would edit it. So I had no involvement in the editing process at all. And you can still watch those vlogs. They're on this channel. They're like right way back at the very beginning. We did, I think, 3. And we didn't get a huge amount of traction. So I think because I wasn't really seeing many results and because I didn't really know what I was doing, I gave up quite quickly. So we stopped. I think we did a few kind of like funny videos that we filmed like with the kids. We did like a April Fool's Day. We did a kids takeover where we had Evie was supposed to be me and Sebastian was supposed to be David. And that's on the channel still as well. So yeah, we did some of those kind of funny videos and then we just sort of left it and didn't do anything with it. And then I decided I was going to give it another go. And I put out a video, must be well over a year ago now, maybe even 2 years, about our Not on the High Street journey. Because I thought, right, I'll talk about, my business and how I've got started in business and how we've sort of grown. And I was very open and honest with my figures about Not on the High Street. And now, again, that video is still on here. I literally cringe when I'm watching it because the lighting is terrible, the sound is awful. The quality of the video is awful. It's painful. And at the time I was like, wow, I've made this really great video. So yeah, that's really cringy now. But I've left it up there because, it might be helpful to people. So then I think it was, and then I filmed some stuff. I thought, yeah, we're going to do this again. I filmed some stuff when I was on my own in the office. I always felt self-conscious about filming when Phoebe was around or David was around because I was kind of, I don't know, weirdly, I felt, and this is completely my interpretation, that they would be like, oh, what's she doing messing around with that? She'll be doing work stuff. And I don't know, I just didn't feel comfortable sort of like filming when there were, other people around. So I'd filmed some stuff when I was in the office on my own and then again, didn't get the time, didn't sort of do anything with it, just sort of left it. And then the day when I decided to actually fully start this channel, I feel like it was quite an impulsive decision. In the back of my mind, there'd always been this thing about YouTube, and that's kind of what it's like with me. Something will sit in the back of my mind. We can call it procrastination if you like, and it will sit there for a very, very long time. and it will sort of be like a background noise, and then I'll just do it, just bang, out of nowhere, without really thinking about it. So I had to go into the office. It was a Saturday. It was mid-December. There was orders that we hadn't managed to get out on the Friday because David was actually ill last Christmas, which was a bit of a disaster. He was really, really ill, and we were very busy, so that was quite difficult. So I went in on the Saturday to try and fulfill these orders that should have gone out, and I was in the office on my own, and I was probably a little bit bored, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to film, I'm going to do this YouTube thing. Why not? I'm going to do it. So I think I thought about the kind of stuff that I like to watch. I would say that Catherine from Catnip was a huge inspiration because I really like watching her videos, and I'd watched other people's videos where they talked about, you know, when you're filming for YouTube, how can you make it more interesting? Film from this angle, film from this angle. And also we'd had Katie working with us for a few months as a part-time social media person. She'd left, I think, just before December, and I'd sort of learned and observed so much from her about when she was talking about filming stuff for reels and how you need to keep changing the angles because it makes it more interesting rather than just having the camera sat there. And I learned through watching and through doing. So I can watch a video of something and I can learn from it. So something like Skillshare, I can watch that and I can learn, and then I can do it. So I'd sort of seen what she was doing with her recording of things, like, you know, she's making a reel, she's filming this, and she moves the camera over here and then she does it here. And I thought, okay, that's what kind of makes it more interesting. So I decided to, you know, film myself coming into the office, film myself like taking off all my stuff, and then I did like a little bit of a sit down chat, and then I filmed myself doing some work things. I did a bit of a voiceover so that there was always something happening, because when I watch YouTube I'm usually doing something else. So I find it really helpful when people do voiceovers, because then I don't have to keep looking to read what they've put on the screen. So I was like, right, I'm going to do voiceovers for the kind of like the other parts, and I'm just going to be really honest, because at that time when I filmed that first video, I was feeling quite, I think, to be honest, desperate. I knew the business wasn't going well. I knew we were going to have to give up the unit after Christmas. I knew things weren't great. And frankly, I was scared about the future. And I thought, if I can be really honest with this, if I can talk about the other side of small business, not the, like, you know, everything all looks lovely and aesthetic and perfect, because our office was always a tip. It was never a beautiful aesthetic space, as much as I would have loved for it to have been. And if I can just be really honest about the stress and how I feel and how hard it can be, maybe people will relate to that. And I think I was quite lucky at the time when I posted it. I've heard that YouTube were doing quite a big push for like new kind of videos coming out, and they gave it a push, and it got like a decent amount of views. I think it got about 1,000 views or something. I think also Catherine from Catnip, she shared it as well, which was really nice, and obviously that really helped me to kind of like grow my subscribers and things. But you know, I made rookie errors in that first video. I didn't realize till afterwards that I'd filmed it all this way, like a reel, and I was like, oh no, what am I going to do, because I was filming it all on my phone. So that's why you may notice that in that first video I'm like really close on my face, and that was not intentional. It's just I had to zoom it in to make it landscape, but I thought I can't record it again because it's, you know, it was real. It was like, you know, how I was feeling at the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just have to, you know, deal with people being able to see right up my nose. But yeah, so I think then from there, I just slowly would film little parts of our week that I thought was interesting. You know, David would get involved as well. He loves being in front of the camera. He always has. So that's great. So it did really help having somebody that's naturally funny, and with great comedic timing, and is happy to be in front of the camera. And quite frankly, likes the attention. So that definitely helped. I tried not to film Phoebe for the first like couple of months, and then I sort of said to her, look, you know, this YouTube thing, it's going all right actually, and you know, we are getting some, you know, eyes on the business, which was kind of the point. So, you know, do you mind being filmed? And she was like, oh no, I'm happy to be in it, I don't mind. So then that was fine. That made it a little bit easier because I didn't have to sort of like avoid putting her in the videos and stuff for my thumbnail. So in terms of equipment, I use my iPhone. It's an iPhone 15. It's not a Pro. It's just a normal iPhone 15. I use a selfie stick, which I got from Amazon. It's about £30. I have these microphones, still on. They were nearly £100. They were on sale when I got them. I use iMovie to edit all of my videos and have done the whole way through. And I use the music within iMovie. I've recently taken out a subscription for Epidemic Sound, so you may have noticed some sort of like underlying music under some of our talking parts. And I've just invested in a gimbal, which should enable me to walk and hold the phone a bit steadier. Haven't really experimented with that too much yet. Not sure how that's going to go. I'm quite happy to film outside because I kind of feel, well, I'm highly unlikely to see these people ever again, and I am thinking about what the video content is going to look like for the viewer, and if it's going to make it better for the viewer, then I will get the phone out and record myself, even if it looks a bit weird, for like 5 minutes for these people that I'll never see again. I'll be honest and say that I use ChatGPT to help me with my titles, to help me with my thumbnail titles, to help me with the description for the video and the hashtags. So I will go onto ChatGPT and I will type in, for example, last week, this video is about periods and productivity. And it's an honest studio vlog. And then it will give me my title, my description, and the sort of like the hook for the thumbnail. And then the monetization and hitting the monetization in 6 months, I mean, I would be lying if I said that I didn't want to monetize the channel. Of course, that was a goal because extra revenue streams are always good. To monetize, you have to hit 4,000 watch hours and you have to hit 1,000 subscribers. Surprisingly, we hit the watch hours first. I didn't expect that. And then we hit the subscriber base. And once you do that, it takes a little bit of time for YouTube to kind of set you up as a YouTube partner. And then you get paid only if you hit the minimum of £60 a month. So you have to earn £60 a month in order for them to give you a payout. So I think my first payout was something like £92, and then this month it's something like £81. So I am hitting that threshold, which is great. And then when you monetize, obviously you have to make sure that your content, there's like ratings you have to submit, like you have to say if there's swearing, you have to say that if there's any sexual content, if there's any talk about drugs, anything like that, you have to declare it. And then the advertisers decide if they want to advertise with you. Now, I don't know a lot about the actual advertising and how you earn the money. When I mentioned this in the previous vlog, somebody gave a really detailed response about how it all works. So I'm certainly not an expert in that area. Once we hit monetization, we added like membership to our channel, which is, to be honest, is something that I wasn't really aware of until I went through the process myself. And also we can showcase our products on the channel as well, which is great. That's part of monetization. So with the membership, you pay 99p a month, which is, I think, cheaper than most chocolate bars now. And for that, you obviously support us. Yay! When you comment, there's a little star next to your name, so we know that you're a member. And I try to get the videos up early, and that means you get early access. So the video that I posted on Sunday, I managed to get that up Saturday night, which is really good for me. So that went up early, and it meant that the members got to see that before everybody else. And there is a $1.99 tier, which gives you a discount code to use on our website. And when we do live chats, when we get around to doing live streams, then I think there's like a members only chat or something. But again, that's $1.99. So it's more really about supporting us, to be honest. So I did want to monetize the channel. That was a goal that I had. But I also, when I started YouTube, I wanted to be able to connect with other small business owners. I wanted to be creative, and I wanted to earn a little bit of extra money, and I wanted to showcase our products to people in an organic way. So I had a few goals in mind. And I think the key thing about YouTube and why I hope that this channel has resonated with people is one, I am just myself. This is me. I'm completely myself. If you meet me in real life, I'm the same. And I've always been very honest about finances and stuff like that. Like even with my friends, I'll talk about like, stuff like that because that's just me. And I've forgotten the other reason. Oh God, see, brain. This is menopause in real life, real action, real life menopause. What was the other thing I was going to say? Okay, wait for it to come back to me. It could take a while. How long you got? So I've got David with me now to add in some, any of his like helpful little extra tidbits. The 5 main tips that I think are the most important thing for YouTube growth, and some of these were things that you said to me actually. I think first of all, you need to know what your niche is. So for us, obviously, it's small business and like studio vlogs, but your niche might be something completely different. It might be very specific, like sewing or book reviews or something like that. But I think whatever your niche is, it has to be something that you're really, really passionate about, because then the enthusiasm is just it's gonna be obvious and it's not forced. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here, because so I agreed to come on here.
It's not like a television
I was
program.
sitting downstairs having a drink, having a drink, as you can see, and
out of the bottle.
Yeah, it saves washing up. And
so uncouth, David. Put it in the Costa cup.
Kiara's pulled me up here. No, I'm not staying in a Costa cup. Coffee's more important. Kiara's pulled me up here to help her, and now she's just given you a list of things that she's in the process of giving you a list of things that she knows about. I don't know anything about. I'm trying to focus on what it is she's asked for help with, but I don't have a clue. What was it you wanted my opinion on?
I have a theory that really they're here to see you. That I just provide some, interesting insights, but you're the entertainment.
But I don't do anything. Ask me my opinion on something and I'll try and help. What was it? No, I mean, what did you ask me?
I asked you, would you agree, like, with the finding your niche? Like, you watch...
Yes, find your niche.
You watch these guys on YouTube who've got a massive following, and their niche is, like, super specific, isn't it?
Yeah.
And their audience is super specific, but they've done really, really well because they've identified their niche and who that audience is.
The difficulty you've got, really, is that you set up a YouTube channel to effectively build a community and to find people like you. Mm-hmm. The thing is, people watch YouTube for a variety of different reasons. So I'm sure there's a portion of your audience that are small business owners.
Yep.
I'm sure there's a portion of your audience that are artists or into crafting and want to buy stationery. I'm sure there's a portion of the audience that have come over from the pet side of the business. But the problem is you end up with a very general and non-specific channel simply because you've got so many different little pool communities, which is kind of what you wanted. You wanted this.
No, hang on a minute. So basically what you're saying is we started off with a studio vlog that was all about small business. And then you've come in and you've diluted the pool with your talk of prostates and men's health and your sense of humour.
No, hold on.
And your swearing.
Yeah.
And all of the other things.
Right, hold on a minute.
And I've been told not to, I've been requested not to censor him. Not by him, by people in the comments.
Right, here's the thing, yeah? They might find me entertaining in the same way that you'd have a glove puppet. You'd think, oh, that's quite...
I mean, I think like most things in the business, we seem to like dart around with whatever we feel like doing. So obviously this started off studio vlogs, business stuff, Now it's kind of a bit more of a lifestyle / entertainment comedy type vlog.
Well, no, only because, so I've hit a certain age. You hit that age where when you're a woman, you hit that age, you go into the perimenopause, which is just hell. It's just hell. For men, they go into a deep, dank depression where their career's over. They don't really see much point in getting up in the morning apart from on behalf of other people. And they tend to say whatever they think or whatever's going on with their health, which a lot of the time is really depressing and tends to involve your undercarriage. So you're left with a sort of, I don't know, maybe a mishmash that is maybe more suited to Gogglebox than YouTube.
So my advice is stick to your niche. In a way that we kind of haven't. But yes, I would say that's probably definitely... Once you know what your audience is, then I would say try to serve that audience by providing them with the kind of content that they would want to watch within that niche.
Okay, so on a serious note, the biggest piece of advice that you're given when you start a channel or a business or whatever is find whatever's missing And that is massive. Okay, so I was given this advice a long time ago. It's actually a really, really solid piece of advice.
It is actually.
If you're creating a product, what problem are you solving, right? That's quite an established question now that you ask yourself. If you want to create a product or design something or have a business, what problem? Or offer a service. What problem are you solving? But when it comes to YouTube, find or creating a community or setting foot in a community, find whatever's lacking, find whatever's missing. So I'm sure there's some people that maybe watch us because we feel like we're sort of an extended part of their family.
I think probably what I was trying to do with the vlogs is I wanted it to be a creative output. And then I've also looked at all of the bits of YouTube that I consume, all of the people that I've watched like now and over the years, thought about the elements of the videos that I really enjoyed. And then I've just tried to meld it all together in my own way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Should we move on to point number 2?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Point number 2, and I think possibly the most important piece of advice for growing a YouTube, as we did. Now, obviously, I had no YouTube experience when I came to this. I was completely new to it all. So I've basically started from scratch and in the space of 6 months grown the channel to monetization. So I would say the number 2 most important tip is consistency. So however often you've decided you're going to post videos, you need to stick to that religiously. And I decided that I was going to post weekly videos. I thought that was going to be quite a big undertaking, but I wanted to stick to a weekly format because it worked with the kind of videos I was producing, studio vlogs, last a week. And I did it. I think I managed to successfully post a video every single week. I don't think I missed a single week. I might have a couple of times posted the videos later than the 5 p.m. time on a Sunday that I decided I was going to be posting. And on occasion, I think only once I posted a video on the Monday, and that was probably after Stationery Fest actually, when it just wasn't possible for me to do it. So I think, yeah, I've pretty much stuck to that. And that was one of the points that you said to me right at the very, very beginning. You must be consistent. If you're going to do this, you need to do it like literally at the same time every single week.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to YouTube, what they want is you to be watched consistently. They're less interested in the gigantic numbers of views than they are for people coming and watching your content and wanting to come back.
They want people to watch the videos all the way through and then stay on YouTube and either watch another video or one of your other videos. They're looking for people to come onto YouTube and stay there for hours and hours, basically. So the third tip is when you are making a video, think about it from the viewer's perspective. So when you're watching YouTube and your favorite creators and content creators, what is it that you enjoy to watch? What do you like to see? How is the video going to be interesting for the viewer? Have you got lots of different camera angles? Are you talking about something they're going to be really, really interested in? Is there sort of like interesting sounds and music and stuff happening? What is it about your video from the viewer's perspective that is going to keep them engaged and make them want to watch all the way through and to the end? And I think there were definitely times where I was worried that the videos were getting a bit too repetitive, like obviously because I'm doing the same thing all the time. We're making orders and we're sending them out. So I try to think of ways that I can make that a little bit more interesting and a bit different. So like adding in videos of me tidying up really fast, like with speeding the video up and just like other little bits and pieces to try and make it interesting.
Kiara's sort of had a journey on YouTube where she's watched a number of people quite religiously. So for the first one I can remember was Fran Menezes. Franerd, yes. Franerd. Then she moved on to Amanda Rach Lee, who seemed all right. Didn't like that much.
They're not videos for you, are they?
Just as somebody, just as a husband, being honest and watching in the background, the first person she watched that actually got my attention was Catnip, because it was Catherine Kay.
Yeah.
Because I started to watch the videos along with her because I thought Catherine Kay was really, really smart. Now, we've been lucky enough to have dinner with Catherine and Dean, and they're just the most awesome couple. He's amazing. She's fearfully bright and switched on as far as YouTube is concerned.
It takes quite a lot to impress David. I
like both of them. I thought they were amazing. And also she came to give a talk at this event once and I just listened to her and thought everything she says is pretty much pure gold.
Yeah.
But what it breaks down to is a lot of ingenuity, a lot of effort, and again, goes back to what Kiara was saying earlier, so much consistency.
Yeah.
You know, you never stop. It's just on, and you upload and upload and upload. And if the views drop, you just keep uploading.
Yeah. If you're getting on the YouTube train, you've got to be consistent, and you need to make sure that you are prepared to post every week, 2 weeks, month, whatever it is that you've decided. You're making that commitment when you start if you want it to grow, I think. What on earth were points for? Why can I remember nothing? Oh my god, it's so infuriating.
Try to be naked on the YouTube. No. Try to get as naked as you can, because people, the word will spread.
Thumbnails.
Sorry, I was just trying to buy time.
So, point number 4 is to make sure that your thumbnails
are clean all the time. I mean, cut your nails, make sure that they're trimmed right back.
The video thumbnails. The video thumbnails have to be interesting and good, really. Ideally, you want a nice photo or like a nice image that's eye-catching, and then usually with some text. So the other thing to do is look at the other videos in your niche and look at the thumbnails that they have and whether or not they're eye-catching to you. And do you want to click on the thumbnail? Is it interesting? Does it grab your attention?
I've also got a piece of advice off the back of that, if that's okay. Sure. Like a serious piece of advice. I would say shoot for the middle. YouTube are getting very wise now to those clickbaity, he said what?
Yeah.
In a thumbnail. So you need to have something that is clickbaity, and to a certain degree, but something that people find intriguing and want to click on, but not so much so that it is clearly something you want people to click on.
It's almost like false advertising in a way. It does need to be relevant to the video and what you're talking about. So usually I will take a screen grab from the video and use that as the thumbnail image. So I'll literally go through my footage and screen grab from iMovie the image that I want, and I use that as a thumbnail. On occasion, I have taken a photo when I've remembered, but I very rarely remember to take photos. So I usually just do screen grabs. But I've noticed that a lot of the vloggers that I watch tend to use like quite a close-up photo of themselves and then something in the background. And I've never done that, so I don't know if that works. I don't know if that would get better views. But one of the things that you can do with YouTube is thumbnail testing. So you can have up to 3 different thumbnails.
I still don't really understand that.
So you have 3 different images. So that could be either 3 different images or images with different text, like different text on the thumbnail.
Oh, what? And YouTube chooses the best one?
Yeah, so you upload all 3 and it will serve those thumbnails to different people, and it will see who engages with the thumbnail, and then it will tell you which thumbnail has performed best.
That's really interesting.
Sometimes it's like a 50-50 split for us, and then sometimes, like I've done one where it's the 2 of us or one where it's just me. Bizarrely, I've found that the thumbnails where my head is kind of turned away from the camera, you can't really see my face, they seem to work best. I try not to be offended by that.
Yeah.
The 5th tip is to reply to every comment. What YouTube want to see is engagement. That's people leaving comments, people liking, obviously subscribing, and you responding to the people, because YouTube is all about community. And that was one of the main things for me, was to build a community. So for me, actually, one of the things that I enjoy most about putting the videos out, I enjoy recording the video, I enjoy editing the video, but the real like joy for me comes when I post that video and then it goes live and I wait for like the first couple of hours for people to start leaving comments, and I really love it. That's my reward. The comments that people leave on the video is my reward, to know that people have enjoyed it and that whatever I've said has been helpful, or they found us funny to watch.
I tend to put like a thanks symbol and a heart if I've really liked the comment, or if there's nothing I can say to the comment. Some comments are questions and stuff I can bite into if it's stuff that I've got an opinion on. Some are like really nice praise, but it's weird. Somebody said once, I can't remember who it was, some kind of actor, celebrity, said it's really difficult to reply to praise or derision, or it's difficult to reply to people being really nice or people being really nasty, because if they say you're amazing or you're crap, it's just difficult to reply to that in any sense whatsoever. So I just tend to put either a thank you, even if they're saying
so David set up his own YouTube account.
But I don't have a YouTube channel.
But he doesn't have anything on it. He doesn't post anything on it. but he set up the account so that he could also reply to the comments as well, which I thought was really nice. So yeah, that would be my fifth tip, would be make sure that you take the time to reply to every single comment, because they've taken the time to leave the comment for you. So the least you can do is reply.
Yeah, it's important.
So I actually think it's really important, and that's what builds the community. That's what make people want to watch you every week. That's what makes oh, for God's sake. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Nope.
That's what makes people feel connected to you, is when...
Oh, it's worth waiting for.
Thank you. Is when they are talking to you and you are responding, and there's a connection there because you're having a conversation.
We didn't build YouTube with any hope that would earn us money.
Oh, we were not expecting to make a fortune from this.
We built YouTube to try to build a community. So
Yes.
Kiara's always been interested in having an actual community. She's actually a really gifted coach.
Aww,
and you are a really gifted coach, and she loves people and loves helping people improve their lives, or helping to improve people's lives. That's what she wanted to do. She wanted to put together a community. I think this has been a really, really good exercise in building a community.
Yeah,
I have no interest in building a community whatsoever. None. Zero.
What are you here for then?
You gave me a drink and asked me to come upstairs and speak.
No.
I love everyone, especially if they like me. I love it. I love the attention.
Yeah, David's here for the attention.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for. I'm here to build a community. David's here for the attention.
Yeah, I am. Give me attention. But actually, building a community is really nice. Kiara was talking about doing rural retreats.
Oh.
And I want to go on a retreat and drink wine and eat good food.
Cheese and wine.
I could contribute something to people. I think I could help people have a good weekend. Yeah, they might not, business might not improve, but generally speaking,
but they'd have fun.
Your weekend you'll never forget.
They'd come away laughing and feeling happy.
Yeah, for the few hours that I was conscious.
Yeah, not because you drink so much and pass out, but because you fall asleep at 10 o'clock.
I fall asleep at 10 o'clock because I get up really early and run. If anybody wants to come on one of these retreats with me and walk with me early in the morning.
Oh, God, that would be amazing. Where are all the early risers who want to get up at 5 a.m. and go for walks?
I'm an early riser. I said that with a sexual innuendo, but I don't think there really wasn't one. Morning glory for me is me.
Oh, my God.
No, morning glory for me.
No, this is about health. This is about YouTube chips. We're not descending
Morning,
into your...
I was just about to make a joke saying...
Yes, but no.
It's the only joke of the whole thing.
It's not appropriate.
I know, but you've told me off about this before. All I was going to say is morning glory is me getting up and running. That's it. Because I do look glorious with my beautiful red hair, like a lion
in the wind,
flowing in the breeze as
There's
I
a spider.
Run against shit.
It's a little tiny one. It's a money spider. Get it. Come here.
If it lands on me, it'll die.
We need to win the lottery.
If it lands on me, it'll die.
Come here, tiny money spider.
Oh my God, it's an actual money spider.
Yes. Lou, watch, it'll bite me now and then something bad will happen.
Yeah.
Thank you. Please, I need to win the lottery.
I'll check the horses.
Okay, you do that. Yeah. Is it a money spider or is it a spider that's going to get bigger?
It's broke if it's in here. See you later.
Bye. Thanks for watching. Hope it was helpful. Like and subscribe. The creative side. I do genuinely love photography, and video is just another form of that. So a lot of the parts of the video that I really enjoy are sometimes sequences like the one I did with my breakfast in last week, and or like the tidying up scenes, or sometimes just that, like, there was a Christmas vlog that we did which got barely any views, which really broke my heart because I was really proud of that video, because it was a lot more sort of like lifestyle-y behind the scenes and like nice shots and stuff like that. So I was really gutted when it just didn't take off. And I have to say, because obviously one of the reasons why I did this was for community and to make friends. I love replying to the comments. I love the comments. I think we've been very fortunate in that we've probably only had one or two slightly negative comment. There was one mean comment about my teeth on a short, but I think shorts are a bit different. Shorts just seem to go out a bit wide and it's not necessarily your audience. So that was fine. I just, I blocked him. It's no problem, no skin off my nose. I think you have to kind of be prepared for that. And obviously you are putting yourself out there publicly, and people will have opinions, and not everybody's going to like you. And that's fine, because we can't all like everybody. We're all different. And if you're not somebody's cup of tea, then that's fine. They don't have to watch you. So I don't let that hold me back. And to be honest, I don't really think about it. I just talk as if I was talking to a friend, and I don't really think about who could be watching, whether that's good or bad. But it just helps me to, keep going. So yeah, and I love the comments. I love it when people leave comments, because I just want to engage and have that conversation. So but I am always trying to change things. The introduction of the segments with David and I, where we're sitting down and talking, and they seem to be very popular. So sometimes there was a purpose. So I can't remember if the first one we did was Stationery Fest. There was a reason for that. And it was David's idea. Let's sit down and have a talk about Stationery Fest. And I was like, yeah, that's a really good idea. And then because people liked that, we were like, okay, we'll sit down and talk about how much money we made this month. So we did that for that video. And then because people were finding most of the comments were talking about those kind of sections. So I was like, okay, it would be a good idea if we include that in each vlog. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I will glean from the comments the content that people are enjoying, and then I will try to make sure that I am, keeping that kind of content in there, and also improving it if I can. It was just a case of regularly promoting every week as well. So like sharing onto my Facebook, sharing onto my Instagram, and doing things like that to kind of promote the vlog. I'm in a couple of Patreon groups where they will promote as part of the rewards. So I think that's definitely helped, because I've reached other people that like to watch studio vlogs. And then I think it's just it's sort of grown organically, really, and also I comment on other people's vlogs as well, because I'm watching them. So I will comment, and obviously, that I think then helps. And we've had a few shout outs from Catnip, from Prince by Millie, from Rebel Jones, which is always really, really nice when people mention you in their videos as well. You have to enjoy it, because it is hard work. It's a lot of hard work. So you have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then it's going to feel like a chore, and then you're probably not going to put your sort of like heart and soul into it. I actually really enjoy the editing process. I don't mind the filming, that's fine, but I actually love sitting down to do the editing. I need to find a way to work it into my week better, because the only thing that I was finding slightly difficult is I was ending up not editing till the weekend, and then it meant I basically couldn't do anything all weekend because I was editing the vlog. So I think that's everything. Yeah, and if you've got any questions that I haven't answered, or anything you want to know more in depth, more information about, then leave me a comment and I will do my best to answer it if I can. But yes, next week's video should hopefully be about Southwest Planner Club. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.